Sup, yo? You're gonna be Sagittarius. Hey, Sagittarius, welcome to Behind the Black Veil, where we get a more intimate look at the mysteries of our lives, is what we do here. Okay, sorry, there's many layers of meaning in my readings. I'm gonna touch on a few. It may or may not resonate. Try to hear me and feel me for best results. Sometimes the roles can be reversed, and viewer discretion is advised. Okay, sticky cards. Sticky icky. All right, fantastic. So we're doing a deep dive for you for June. Ancestors, what do you got for Sagittarius for this deep dive today? The ancestors say this, Sagittarius. Okay, loss, but not defeat. Okay. Something is telling you, or there's some love, new love. Somebody lost some new love. Somebody lost love. They lost their love because the ancestors have ordained it to be so. My goodness. All right, well, let us move on. Well, gosh, gosh. Gosh, gosh. Forced sacrifice. Mm-hmm. Somebody lost the love of their life. I get the sensation. Because that person is following their own path. They're walking their own way. They're doing what thou wilt. They're doing what they want to do. And they have a right to do that in this matter. Okay? Because why? Because the ancestor said so. That's why. Judgment. That's the judgment card in my deck. Okay? And this is the temperance card. So are you walking your own way? And there's some sense of loss around it? That's quite possible. Okay, somebody feels like they're losing you, or they lost you, or vice versa, you feel like that about someone. Because someone was not empowered. Someone did not reach for the staff of their destiny and claim their kingdom and their inheritance. So because they did that, someone had to sacrifice them, or they had to sacrifice someone. So either somebody was trying to have this person or have something without empowering themselves, like like without the entitlement to the thing that they were trying to get or gain. So that sounds like stealing to me. Someone was taking something that belonged to them. Wait, hold on. They was taking something that belonged to them, but they weren't doing it the right way, and so now they've lost it. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't do it the right way, or, they didn't want to claim it. They just wanted to partake of it, temporarily or in part. But they didn't want to claim it and really, take responsibility. And because of that, they lost the entire thing. They lost the whole thing. Okay. Okay, yes. Yes. Someone is brokenhearted. I get the sensation that both of the lovers have experienced this on some level. Okay? And or there is a feminine who is brokenhearted about the relationship and she's still in love. But somebody is feeling great loss though. Okay? But I get the sensation that this is both partners are feeling loss. I don't know exactly what the context is. Are they both feeling lost for the same reason, about the same person? I don't know. Okay, but it's something like that. And yes, 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 yes. Okay, so I get the sensation that a masculine, hurt someone. He hurt his counterpart. And therefore, there's a judgment that has been made. They may still love each other, but because he broke the heart of the feminine, right, or whatever, the masculine energy broke the energy of the feminine, the love energy, that so because they didn't claim it, maybe they wanted the sexuality of it, or they wanted the energy but they didn't want to give it back, something like that, something around there. Okay, something around there. And the ancestors made a judgment, was like, nope, that's not the one, can't be him, can't be that guy. Okay, or this feminine made a judgment, nope, can't be him, can't be that guy. Why? Because he fell from grace. He was the emperor, but he took his power and he abused his power. He abused his queen. He abused his empress, and he fell from grace because he tried to overshadow her sense of individuality. He didn't want her to be an individual. He wanted her to live just for him. That he would be her purpose. And it seems like an emotional blackmail situation. Like, if you don't live for me, and if I'm not your purpose, then I'm not claiming you. Okay? Calm down. Calm down. Okay? If you don't do what I want you to do, then I'm not claiming you. You're cast out of the empire. Right? But he didn't understand how this worked. He didn't understand how this worked. Because the ancestors are the only ones who can cast somebody out the empire. Okay? So instantly he fell from grace. Because he fell from the ancestors' grace. Not just this feminine's grace. Okay? The ancestors favor her, apparently. And have entitled her to her own path. Okay? And the emperor wanted to block her from her own path on whatever level. The level where her purpose, like, focus on me, only worry about me, don't worry about the ancestors. Well, now you're putting yourself in direct opposition to the universe, and that is a losing man's game. And that is why instantly, Shazam, see all that lightning? Shazam, he fell from grace. And you see all of those people surrounding him. Some of those people support him, but are they supporting him for the right reasons? Here's a pregnant lady back here. Okay, some of these people are jealous of him. They want to take him down. They want to take him down. So maybe they got up in his ear and was hyping his head up and blowing his head up. Like, oh man, you the best emperor that ever was the emperor. You know what I'm saying? And so he was like, girl, he was like, I'm the best emperor that ever was the emperor. And she was like, well, you can't possibly be the best emperor, because why do I feel this way? Why are you treating me like that? You can't be the emperor. Okay? And so maybe they both regret that that's true. Or, that's how it played out, or that's how the emperor decided to play it, the former emperor who fell from grace. Okay, so let's go deeper into loss. All right, everybody back on the elevator. We're going to a different floor. Shake it off, walk it off, and walk it out. All righty then. The loss is because this feminine is the master of her fiery emotions and the guardian of the safe haven. Don't you hate that? Side note, like, when somebody fucks you over, and then, next thing you know, you show up and you need a job and they're the boss. Or, you end up needing something, or you want something, or you learn something, and you're like, wait a minute, and the person I fucked over is the only person who could do that, kind of the situation. It's one of those type of deals, okay? Because the world that this feminine has the opportunity or the ability to provide, or this feminine energy, doesn't have to be a feminine, could just be somebody on the receiving end of the situation when it was heartbreaking. Whoever was on the receiving end of the heartbreak is now showing the face of mastery. Okay, they might have been the master the whole time, but they didn't show that face because they thought that they were with their love, and they didn't think they had to do this business here. They didn't think they had to do that. Okay, they thought they could do this, but because this person wanted to, be abusive and tyrannical and not respect the inheritance of the feminine, to go her own way and to make her own decisions based on what she wanted to base it on, especially if it's the right thing. Now we have lost access to the safe haven because we oppose the ancestors, and by opposing the ancestors, this masculine opposed the feminine. So it's like now we can't be together because you disrespected my ancestors. You disrespected the law of the universe. You disrespected everything that this safe haven is made of. So now I have to be the master of my fiery emotions with you. Okay? But look, loss is not defeat, because here's an opening here. Here's a pot. Can you stand the rain? Can you take the heat? If you can, then looky here. This safe haven still exists, but you gotta bake and cure like a iron pot. Gotta be tough, gotta be strong. This is also about trust. This might have turned into the person that somebody fucked over, turned out to be the only person who could be trusted. But now that emperor figure is not trusted. So that's why he has no access. You see what I'm saying? Meanwhile, this is still a wildly trustworthy person. And that's hard to find. Yeah, so it's loss, it's not defeat. If somebody is into the, protocols of baking and curing, if they can take the heat and if they can stand the rain, they might be able to recover themselves. But, otherwise, the safe haven is what it is. It still exists. It's still safe for this master of their fiery emotions, certainly. Or someone, didn't show up as trustworthy and didn't master their fiery emotions. That's another way of looking at it. So the sacrifice. Ah, aha, yeah. Okay, so the person who's mastering their fiery emotions, was forced to sacrifice this person because they were having sex with someone else. They were lying. They were cheating. So you don't need me then, is what I get here. Okay, that's what you want? That's what you wanted? Then you don't need me there for sacrifice. You were lying about wanting me? For sacrifice. Okay, so that's how that works. Okay, so here we go with the empowerment. Okay, yeah. Somebody refused to give this feminine what she wanted. Because she's a child of God, she deserves what she wants. But they refused because they would have had to take responsibility. They would have had to be accountable. They would have had to pay this karma. They couldn't take the fire, and they couldn't stand the rain. So they never empowered themselves. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, I had to get something off my nail. All right, yeah, so they didn't empower themselves. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into the Ace of Cups business. Ace of Water up in here. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know if you can see that. Ace of Water. Okay. All right. That's somebody who is connected to the ancestors. That's somebody who is receiving promptings from their inner self. The serpent that is wrapped around them represents wisdom. It represents the spirit, the energy of spirit, like the Kundalini going up the spine. And this person is one, okay? They are one with the spirit. And it also represents a bridge from the physical to the spiritual, okay? So that pure love is what it represents, and that higher knowing, higher mind. Yeah, okay. So I get a lot of abusive energy in this one. Okay, that seems to be going around. I think Cancer had some abusive energy in there. Um, Somebody felt pressure to communicate, and they were upset, or they wanted to upset this woman. I get a third grader sensation here. Like, you know how they pull your hair, or they throw rocks or crayons at you, try to hurt your feelings. And that means I like you. And let me tell you something, since kindergarten, that never made sense to me. Never. Okay? I mean, as a matter of fact, as I was growing up, when I was having experiences like that, and people were like, oh no, he likes you. And I was like, what? And it was things like that that made me feel like I can't wait to be an adult. And then to get to adulthood and have people act just like the same way that they was. Listen, okay? So anyhow, it's nightmarish. Okay? It is fucking nightmarish. So I totally get it. Okay? For whoever went through that. This person was trying to make you mad so that you would validate them as the emperor, because they knew that you loved them. So they abused the power. You know, they abused the power that they had over you. Isn't it interesting how nobody ever wants that to happen to them? But this person actively pursued doing what all humans avoid in relationships. It is the reason why people deceive each other, is because they're protecting themselves. Hello? When you could have just opened up, you know, and respected the gifts that you was given and inherited properly. This guy could have inherited properly his place as the emperor. He decided he didn't want to be responsible, like the emperor has to be responsible. No, he wanted to steal. He wanted to steal. The magician. He wanted to do magic tricks. But tricks are for kids, though. He didn't realize that, apparently. Okay? So, arms too short to box with God. That's what I'm getting out of that. Okay? Fantastic. So, let's talk about the lovers. This is somebody this is somebody that the masculine loves. He's in love with this person, yet he abused them. Okay, he's realizing that. He's getting a profound realization that he let the devil into this divine connection. He let the devil in. He's realizing that now. By playing that game, that was the devil's work. Those were the devil's recommendations. Sounds so good, you know, the way the devil puts it. You know, I mean, the devil is the devil for a reason. Because he's good at what he does. Shows up every day, all day, on time, shows up early, stays at work late. Okay? Absolutely. So, of course, he's the master. Ancient, too. Ancient. This ain't no young jock right here. Okay? So, when we're dealing with the devil, understand we're dealing with forces. Okay? We're dealing with forces like earth, wind, and fire. Okay? Absolutely. So the devil tricks someone into, you know, tricking the feminine. Mm-hmm. Or attempting to trick the feminine. Okay, because the ancestors came out of thin air and was like, no, there'll be none of that. Thank you very much. So a serious message was delivered that it was the end of the cycle. The feminine was like, wow. So that's it, huh? Wow. Can't believe it. So it's over. Just as soon as this fool started acting like he didn't have no sense, it was instantly over for her. Absolutely. Because when he tried to harm her, she was like, wow, this ends today. I can't believe it. So I get the sensation that they both can't believe it. Like, wow. So that's it, huh? Like, you take it? Like, wow, both of them. Like, wow, you just let the devil right into the relationship, huh? And the masculine is like, wow, I just let the devil right into the relationship. You know what I'm saying? And she looking at him like, nigga, what you acting surprised for? Okay, you the one that opened the door. Hello? And he's surprised, and because he didn't know how sinister the devil is, how tricky the devil is. You see what I'm saying? How convincing the devil is. Like, the devil makes great points. Am I right, people? The devil makes great points. Like, yo, that person fucked up. You should fuck them up. Like, they deserve a bullet to the brain. And that might be absolutely true. Okay? For someone in some circumstance, right? Not necessarily your circumstance, but I'm just saying as an example. And and the devil is like, yeah, right, that a bullet to the brain, am I right? Like, so yeah, just get the gun, dude, come on now, just get the gun. And so it's like, wait a minute, that doesn't follow. You know what I'm saying? Because I shoot somebody and then I'm on the ID channel. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, the devil didn't mention that little detail, try to make it seem so easy, so simple, you know and half of it is true, half of the shit is true. Okay, but the actions you should take, the devil is usually not a good counselor around what actions you should take on a matter. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so it ended the cycle, and both of them learned more about the world. Or both of you learned more about how the world can go, how things can go in this world, and to watch your back. All right, watch your back. So the feminine had to watch her back from her very own love. From her very own love. Who could get ready for that? Betrayed by the person that you love. Holy shit, that is the last person you would expect. Am I right? Right. So this masculine is like, you got to watch your back, because the devil will get up in your ear and tell you any fucking thing you want to hear, just to destroy the good shit you have. So everybody's learning. Okay? Everybody's learning. It looks like the feminine, because of the presence of the ancestors, didn't have to worry about the devil directly. The devil can't speak to this woman. Okay? Because she already know what time it is. You see what I'm saying? Like, shut your mouth, you know you lying. Okay? That's what she's saying, because that's the judgment card. She rock with the ancestors. Okay? So the devil, went and spoke to this fool on some Garden of Eden shit in reverse. You know what I'm saying? Was like, what? You could eat from that tree. Come on now. God told you that? You know what I'm saying? Like really, motherfucker? God is lying. Okay, I got you. I got you. You know, so this fool wasn't wise enough. He didn't know about the devil, how the devil gets down. Okay, so let's go into the ancestors. hmm The ancestors will provide sanctuary to those who do the right thing. The ancestors provide direction to those who do the right thing. They provide protection. hmm Whoever the ancestors could trust can trust the ancestors. Absolutely. Because you know the ancestors get wild. They'll push your ass down a flight of stairs. Okay? The ancestors don't give a fuck. They already in good standing. They already have authority. They have the authority to kick your ass down a flight of stairs if they want to. Okay? Because they'll work that shit out with God. They don't have to ask you shit. You feel me? So you got to watch the ancestors. Okay? Because they ass is local. Okay? They ass is local. So they can touch you. You know what I'm saying? So if they can trust you, this is what I get here because I see the Hermit card. That's about trust, intimacy. You know what I'm saying? That's about recovery, safety, shelter. Okay, and here we have doing the right thing, making the divine and right moves. Okay, if they can trust you to do that, then you can trust them to protect you, to heal you if you get hurt. You know, because you might need to get hurt in order to get some sort of message or whatever, learn some sort of thing. But then here they come to patch you back up. Now, if you want that kind of medical insurance in this world, you got to do the right thing. Okay? This person is carrying the weight of their ancestors on their back, doing the divine dance at the ceremony. Everybody's dancing, carrying ancestors on their back. You got to rock with the ancestors. Okay? The ancestors said doing the right thing, that's the only way we know how to rock. Okay? That's what they said. All right. And then you be safe. You see, that's how that works. So this person, the feminine, whoever's heart got broke, they rocking with the ancestors here. And that's why they're safe. That's why they're healed. That's why they got it like that. You see what I'm saying? And that's how anybody has it like that. You feel me? All right. Fantastic. Yeah. Yes. That's right. Exactly. Because see, what happened is this feminine had the courage to follow her own path and to move based on her own intuitive promptings, to move based on what her conscience was telling her to do and where her conscience was telling her to go. And she's firm in her beliefs, and so the ancestors provided security. Okay? And on the dark side of the 3D, somebody might have had to call the police in order to get a safe passage, in order to clear the road because somebody was blocking it with their penis. Did I say that to you guys, or I said that to Cancer? Something like that. But anyhow, but this feminine ultimately had a security detail from the cosmos that's guarding her destiny. Yeah, that's interesting because one of my ex-boyfriends, side note, he was fucking up, and it was like the beginning of the end for us. And I had told him not to come to my house drunk, right? He finds a way to, act straight enough to get in the door. And then very shortly thereafter, it became obvious that he was drunk. And then he was asked to leave. He didn't want to leave. He refused to leave. And I was getting frustrated. Okay, I was trying every the kindest things I could try. Let's use words. Okay, let's use some cold water. So I used a couple of things. And then then I was starting to get frustrated, so I started yelling and screaming, right? And I told him, God is not going to let you have me. You know what I'm saying? And that was me speaking to the fact that he was like, I'm trying to essentially, this wasn't like literally what happened, but essentially, I'm pulling him like, get out, towards the door. And he's essentially holding on for dear life. And I'm trying to peel his fingers off of the shit that he's, you know what I'm saying? So it's, energetically, that's what was essentially happening, because I love you, but, I love me more kind of thing. Like, I'm not letting you take me down because your fucking ass don't know how to act. Like, nah, that's out. Number one, and number two, you're supposed to be present to be my boyfriend. You're not even present. Get the fuck out. I only want my boyfriend around. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. So anyhow, I was like, God won't let you have me. And so essentially what I'm saying is, you can't hold on. You can't hold on. Whatever you think you holding on to, or whatever resisting you think you doing, it's meaningless. It is fucking meaningless. Okay, I'm going my own way. Are you coming? Or you ain't coming? You feel me? Because you can't force me to accept no bullshit. I say no bullshit is allowed. You feel me? And I'm going my own motherfucking way to pursue my destiny. So I totally get what this is right here. I totally understand what this is. I was like, no, God, something is going to happen. Something is going to happen. We better just walk away from each other while it's easy to do, while we have a choice. You know what I'm saying? Because if God has to come over here and get us, all hell is going to fucking break loose. Okay? Because I'm telling you, God is not willing to allow this to somebody who's doing what? Doing the right thing. God love me. You got to understand. Okay? Now, if you don't want your ass bust with scarring, because this is the destiny card. Anything that lasts for the length of destiny is a scar, my friend. Okay? It's either a gift or it's a scar. Okay? So, and here we have the cosmic law enforcement. So, yeah, as above, so below. They beat your ass on the 3D, they will beat your fucking ass on the 5D too. Abso-fucking-lutely. Please make no mistake. Please don't make no mistake. Okay? And the cosmic law enforcement actually got the right to beat your ass. They actually do. They actually beat your ass when it needs to be beat. Absolutely. Absolutely. So who you going to pray to if God is not on your side? Who you going to pray to? Right? When you've betrayed God, who you going to motherfucking pray to? That's deep, Sagittarius. Okay? So anyhow, let's go into this emperor who fell from grace according to the, judgment of the ancestors.